Good morning. I'm back here. I guess they called me in on a Friday, and I guess I don't have any clients today after all. So let's see if we can't get caught up on some questions and answers here that you have. And I hope Chris has that video up for you we did earlier. I guess it ended up being more of a spiritual discussion, I suppose, than what I anticipated it to be. And again, my heart goes out to all you people working in this area. It is unique to be a healer on this planet, especially at this level, because some people come willing and some people come pulling, and it's like, well, in the end, it's all good, It's like it all works out, and everybody needs to be happy and friends. But you guys, I am proud of you. Every one of you are stepping up and kicking butt, and just hang in there. Don't get frustrated. It's a process, and this is the most difficult to explain to people because people want things now, and it didn't happen now, and it won't get now. It just takes a while to unwind, and it's just like learning the laws of the road and start following them, and then things work themselves out. So, good work, all of you. Just fantastic work. This is from Forgiven One. Is that a picture of a tree with something there? It's hard for me to see that. Or this is a painting or something. Hard for me to see what that is. After only a few weeks on a fruit diet and your herbal supplements, I had a healing crisis. This left side of my cheek became very swollen. Sadly, my first thought was to get some antibiotics. But, that's an understood first thought. It really is for some people. It's just some people just have gravitated that way and they run and go get them. So that's understandable. But his common sense prevailed. And after 4 days, the lymph finally drained. Thank you. And thank you. That's my point, is that some of these things you just have to sit back and know, what are you doing? You're kicking up your lymph. You're moving. Some tumors get red and worse looking. Things just come out. And people freak out. You can't freak out, because when you really look at this and you look around at all the other modalities and what they offer, and you really look at this, there's no other real way to walk down the road. This is the key way of walking down the road. We can push and pull and augment and change. That's what detox is about, really, is as you guys become the practitioners, you have to realize sometimes you have to take someone off of all the herbs to see if that'll help them, if it's too intense of a healing crisis. Sometimes you want to keep them on the herbs and tell them to do better on the diet. Put them on a little fast. If the tumors aren't breaking up, fast them deeper. That sort of thing, because man has to get used to this level of work. We have to get used to fasting for a few days in our lives. Some people have never ever fasted 1 day in their life. And I think that's kind of sad, because we need to learn that this is part of life and nature. When we're sick, we're not hungry, we don't want to eat, we don't have to eat. And so it's just we have to learn these higher levels of getting ourselves well. And it's really pushing us toward more, again, the fruitarian lifestyles to repair all the omnivorish lifestyles and the bad chemistry we've created. We've got a lot of work to do, and I think just this beautiful soul here, they thought for a minute, and then suddenly they realized, oh, this is detox, and this is another sort of thing. Who would ever think this big swelling's a detox? Oh, what did I get? What I get? No, that's detox. And I mean, detox has probably a million different symptoms to it. If you're all on raw and you're detoxing, you can expect any symptom out there. So most of the time when you're detoxing, you're not getting worse. It just appears that sometimes. Yet, if we can't get to these areas lymphatically, tumors can grow and things like that. But what else do we have as a tool except pulling out tumors or having them surgically removed? Chemotherapy and radiation is not a viable option. And hopefully when the FDA and people wake up, they'll go, whoa, bad drug, bad, killing machine. So we just have to wake up to those things and realize that we have a detoxification should be the key healing modality everywhere. If there was going to be any universal health program, naturopathy needs to be the core of the healing modality, not allopathy. Allopathy has no such thing as health care. This isn't health care, and I find it just bad that they use that word. It's a misnomer. Hey Doc, this is RACHNA888. Hi, sweetheart. Here's my theory. Miss Watson is probably paid. Possible. Although chiropractors don't get into big pharma probably, but it's just PMS or a little bit too narcissistic, Heart's some gravitary. Let me see. I love and appreciate it, Miss. Oh, thanks. Listen, I love you. Thank you for that. I do. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. 305. Thank you very much. 303. Haven't heard from you, dear one. Do appreciate your comments. I'm still here. I wondered, where are you? Usually didn't comment. I understand, and I that's okay. You know what? It's okay. I think we all pretty much know where truth is and pretty much what is, and I just feel that hopefully I can help those that are involved in this come out of it, and those that take things personally, pull yourself away from it and things like that, because most of you guys, like I said, are just really powerful beings trying to create a powerful experience for the future of those souls journeying to this level. And I'd like to have this level cleaned up a little bit so some of these spiritual giants could come here and enjoy the stay. But hard level to enjoy when you come out. This is why you have this screen of unconsciousness, because I said this yesterday. If I could take you to some spiritual cities, I've been in some of these higher levels of the etheric worlds, hard for you to come back here. Those people that have out-of-body experiences and enjoy the light, you can see they don't want to come back. Well, they haven't had any experience truly. I could take those souls and take them into some worlds where it's so nirvanic that you need a master to get you back. That's why there's generally spiritual guides there to help you, because there's no wanting to come back to this level. So you have to have a certain degree of unawareness here to be able to stay here. Nature of the beast. And sometimes you have this turmoil in you because the desire to be and to experience and to understand that aloneness and that which is chewing you up inside. And so for those of you that have that, this is the doorway for you, and to open up and get that into balance and realize this isn't reality in any way, shape, or form. This is just a DVD playing to your tune. So I hope you're doing well. Perhaps you could have an auction on the Health Club site. But I wanted to suggest that if you're going to recycle the library, yeah, well, I've had all kinds of dreams, like probably every one of you, about having major healing centers. At one time, I wanted God's Herbs to have, I wanted to go try to get a couple 100 acres up in Gainesville, because if you look at Earth changes, I think where we are, we're either going to need a long straw to breathe, or I don't know. There's been psychics around here that says Sarasota's safe and all that, and it's like, well, even National Geographic created a world change map, and I started collecting these maps where these different psychics and the National Geographic, even the government, created a map where they saw these landmass changes occurring. So we know that process is a reality, because we've seen landmass changes through the history of Earth. So interesting stuff, but I wanted a big dome, a big geodesic dome. That's the only thing in the tropics and in Florida that makes sense, is Buckminster's geodesic domes. I mean, the harder the wind blows, the better and the more stable the dome is. So it's ridiculous to have these little square houses, and I think if anything, Haiti taught us that. easy to push over. But domes, not so easy. But man hasn't got to that higher consciousness. And Buckminster Fuller came out with that, what, in the 60s or so? I wanted to build some. But I wanted a big golden geodesic dome with gold reflecting mirrors on grounds of flowers and beauty, where the dome reflects the beauty. And then inside, the whole top of the dome would be where you could see through, bringing the etheric side of life in. And then, having some herb farms and, really taking off after that. But, dreams and dreams and dreams require financial positions. But we all have those kind of things, and I wanted to have a Jensen Morse library, and just have all kinds of books and access to that. But I don't know, I probably will put it online, and because I have all Dr. Jensen's library, and it's pretty big too. I've shown you my office here, and his library was a little bigger than this, so wall-to-wall books around there. I had a lot of fun, especially with the old Benedict Lust stuff, and I still, unless someone stole that from his works, I still have that in boxes, and I'm eager to tear it apart, because old Benedict Lust. Matter of fact, let me show you. This is Dr. Jensen's wife, Marie, and I was in their house. This is several years ago, and I don't know if you're going to see this or not, but these were written by Benedict Lust, and these are old pieces. This is True Naturopathy. Let me see if I can get this up to you. These are prized possessions, and I haven't found them yet in some of the boxes I brought home, so I'm hoping I still have them, because anything by Benedict Lust, who coined naturopathy, went to the Congress and got naturopathy approved as one of the 4 main healing arts of America, they forget some of these things. So, true naturopathy, all naturopathic schools need to drop their curriculums and go back to what is true naturopathy, and get to these higher levels, and get off of this idea that academics is everything. Because it isn't, and I'm going to prove that to the world by all of you guys, that we don't have to be rocket scientists to help people overcome all their problems, no matter what level they're at. So we need to show that it isn't the mind that's the issue here, it's God. Hi, this is 5 Tony VVV. Interesting name. My sister's name is Tony, T-O-N-Y. Doc, please help me. I have terrible sinuses. I have had 4 oh man, and it has not helped. I feel that medical doctors are, and I won't use that word, but I'm kind of in with you. And all they know is drugs and surgery. Well, this is all they are trained to know. So you have to give them space in that way. Medical doctors aren't supposed to know anything. But a lot of them are so great. I love a lot of good medical doctors. They're good people. They just are unaware. And this unawareness now has to turn into awareness. And we're just fear-based driven society. Many medical doctors use fear. They're using the old World Bank technique. Create fear and control the resources. And then you control everything. It's like, that's all negative forces stuff. That's all evil forces thinking. Control someone. Why would you want to control something? That locks you to that. That actually pulls you into that mix and takes your freedom away too. So it's interesting. It's a double-edged sword for the negative people. They don't realize they're trapped, and they're not being free because they're trapped in the concepts and ideas of antagonism and disruption and all that. So really, the joke's on them.